Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Dan. And we welcome back to the studio, Lauren Jauregui.
Hello.
Wee. By the way, today's conversation being delivered to you by GoPuff. I love GoPuff. Try them out. Use my code ZAC10. When you're checking out, you'll save $10 off your first 2 orders. Do you GoPuff ever? Oh, it's delivery. It's like a convenience store. They have like literally whatever the fuck you want and need, and I'll get it to you like instantly.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty cool.
I love that.
You can use my code ZAC10.
ZAC10.
Yeah, you'll save money.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You come here, and when you walk out,
I save money.
Yeah, well, you got something, right? I gave you more than just
like
my
Geico.
Words. Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Take it and run.
Any time that I can save money, like,
it's a big deal,
especially in this economy.
It's so weird. I was actually thinking this morning, weirdly, about how much money you had. And I don't know.
You were thinking about my pockets.
Yeah, that's so invasively weird. What? No, but hear me out.
How much money do I have? I don't think you want to know that right now.
See, this is why I was interested. Because Fifth Harmony has had some of the biggest songs ever.
Right.
We
didn't own.
Yes. And that is the tea. And that,
is it tea or is it just reality?
No, it is reality.
It's just the truth.
Does it sting a little bit when you hear those songs out there, or could you find the joy and pride in it?
No, I love it.
Yeah?
What? No. Nothing stings anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that only because of Numb?
No. It's because of peace and healing. Yeah.
Does that peace and healing bring us to the era of music that you're entering in today?
Of course.
Which, that record, I'm saying it right?
Which one?
Pina?
Pina. Yeah, when you have the little squiggle line over the N, it's a ny sound.
Pina?
Pina.
Fucking amazing.
Thank you.
You sound amazing.
Thank you.
It's also beautifully queer.
Super queer.
Love it.
Purely about pussy.
Which I couldn't know less about.
I know. We were just talking about this. Guys, Zach has never seen a vagina, even though he's lying.
No, I swear to...
I don't think he is.
No, I swear to God, the only vagina that I have seen is in the 7th grade. We watched a video of a woman giving birth, and that was the one time I saw a vagina.
I'm so sorry that was your only experience, because vaginas can be really cute.
Really?
Yes.
I'm very scared of them.
I'm so sorry. I'm not scared of them at all. I love them.
Can I be honest? What's scarier, a penis or a vagina?
I don't think either one is scary. I'm turned on by both, personally. So, I like them both. And I love how unique they all are, too.
That is true.
I think it's so cool.
Have you ever seen 2 vaginas that look alike?
No.
Like snowflakes.
It's kind of like snowflakes. Or I've never seen penises that look alike either.
I've seen more. You've
seen more penises than vaginas.
Oh yeah, a lot of penises. Not a lot.
So since I've last seen you, you're not a virgin anymore?
No, still a virgin. But depends on how you define virginity loss, right? I know, it's so sad.
Baby.
I know.
It's been a couple years.
I know. And every passing day, I just collect more dust.
Honestly.
I become less and less of a commodity out there.
I'm so sorry.
my value on the streets become less and
dwindling,
less.
Baby.
Yes, with every passing day.
The chances are dwindling.
I am a car that's been driven off the lot, and I got miles.
You've never been driven.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no mileage.
No, but there's
You're
some mileage.
You're a brand new car.
There's life mileage. There's no anything else mileage. So if anybody out there is looking, slide in. No, I don't. And that is always a constant conversation. At least not constant, but every now and then, it's how does one define loss of virginity and what is
What is it all?
Yeah, because yes, I've gotten intimate with people, but not. Yeah.
There's no penetration, is what you're saying.
I mean, of my face, yes.
You've had sex.
Yeah, they fucked my face.
You've had sex.
Oh my God.
Is this too much?
No, it's not.
Thank you.
Not for me, anyway. I mean, I feel like Ben is a little uncomfortable.
His name's Dan.
Dan.
That I'm gonna wait.
No, I love that.
No.
I love
woke up at 6:30 today.
Yeah,
you never know. The worst part is that Dan's name is literally right in front of Dan.
You guys were also on
and
the
not only
phone
that,
with me.
I've seen Dan and met Dan many times.
I mean,
you know what?
No, I love it.
Sleep deprivation.
Fuck it.
Wait, so why the fuck were you up at 6:30?
Because this don't happen for free.
Wait,
I did not wake up like this.
Why?
Actually, my hair I kind of did.
So you have a promo day all day today?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Does a day like this does it ever get old, or is it still new and fresh because it's your own shit? That
It's still new and fresh because of that. For me, I love getting to talk and interact about my own music. So
well, you should because
I have fun.
I mean, we've been talking,
especially with y'all. I always have fun with you guys.
I mean,
we haven't even talked about music. We're just talking about vaginas.
God,
So I have a lot of fun here.
Wait, just to go back to this because I need this for personal reasons. Have I lost my virginity if I've sucked dick?
Jesus.
I believe so, personally, because as I've grown up and like, you know, come into the world as a human being and as a queer person, you know, the boundaries for what sex means or the definitions of sex are kind of ambiguous, and they're really not. There's no linear way to describe sex. We have, as a society, described sex as a man penetrating a woman for a long time, you know, or penetration involved. And I think that's just the patriarchy, to be fair, because like as a woman who has had sex with other women, like I consider that sex, even though sometimes there's no penetration involved.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Bringing each other to orgasm, like experiencing pleasure with someone else, and that being the intention of both of you, I think is sex. Yeah.
Boom.
Even if you don't, even just like a consensual agreement to play with each other.
Yeah.
Is sex.
Totally.
I guess.
Damn.
You know?
I needed that definition.
You're welcome.
Because, you know, society.
So now you can say
else,
you're not a virgin.
Well, yeah.
Because if you've had your Facebook fuck, baby, then you're not a virgin. You're not a virgin. There's no virginity involved.
Oh, God.
There was no room for Jesus. I hope.
No. He was not present. But he did rise.
Ooh.
Oh.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. This era of music.
We're going to get got, man.
I know, dude. He's fucking, he's here.
Always with us.
Singing in Spanish.
Yes.
God's truth. You've done it before.
Yeah.
But why is it different on this last record than what I've listened to before? Because it felt natural. It's hard to describe. Like, I think this song's a fucking hit.
Thank you.
Outside of the lyrical content being different than the other records you've done in Spanish, why is this one different in your opinion?
I don't know.
It feels. No,
I'm not sure. It feels different. Maybe the beat.
The production's great.
The production's amazing.
The feature's fucking sick.
Yeah, I mean, I love Snow. Snow is an incredible artist, and I feel like us together and both of us being like queer, independent Latinas, like I think, just kind of, it's a whole thing, you know.
Totally.
Is this a whole little moment?
Is making records in Spanish going to be what you do moving forward?
I'm always going to be making Spanglish records.
Yeah.
Like I'm always going to make English, Spanish, Spanglish records because that's me.
You must.
I'm Spanglish.
Are you still doing this?
I am Spanglish.
Are you doing this independent still?
Yeah.
You're a fucking baller.
Thank you.
How's that been?
I am. It's a ballery business over here in the independent life. Especially someone like me who like, I can't live through social media. Unfortunately, I'm learning to be more involved, and like that's not true. I'm lying. I'm in the process of getting better at it all, and I think I will as I continue to grow. But I just don't live my life for the internet. You know? Is
that where you think your business lacks?
Maybe, probably. But whenever I do things on the internet, people, you know, react and respond to it. So
you still have, I don't know, like
there's still following and presence, you know. It's just I'm just not the type of person who can be on live every day, you know. I have nothing to talk to you about,
and that's okay.
Like I'm chilling at home, like
yeah, but put the records out and speak to the music. No,
exactly, yeah. And also like I like doing little fun things too, like, and I like talking with the fans and stuff. But I don't know, like thinking about my life as content is difficult for me.
So how many records are you sitting on now that are part of this new, I mean, are you going to put out an album? Yes.
Well, right now I'm putting out an EP. The next thing that's coming is another EP.
Is it all Spanglish or?
No.
Is Always Love the first song off it?
Always Love was a single, like kind of standalone on its own.
Okay.
And this next one coming has 5 songs, right? 5 songs.
And where does Pina?
How deeply can I go into it? Talk about it, girl.
Ooh.
No, I'm not gonna tell you who. She said allude.
You have collaborations coming?
I do have. There's 2 people on the same song.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So, okay, are you doing your own A&R? How does this process work right now for the EP?
Am I doing my own A&R? No, I'm with a distribution company. I'm with AWOL.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially A&Ring is just picking the songs for your album. So I feel like being aware and putting people in the right rooms and stuff. Most of these songs I wrote way back when I was still with Columbia. So I really am more piecing things together and finishing things up and putting them out so that they like reach the world before my debut album.
And Pina is not a part of the EP at all.
No, Pina is Snow Song.
Its own thing.
Yeah.
How'd you feature? Did she just send it to you?
Yeah. So Snow and I became friends through like the internet. And yeah, we started hanging out like just friendship wise, and then she sent me the song and was like, I feel like you would be really good on this. And I was like, I fucking love this. And I literally I wrote my verse and then I went over her place and I recorded it.
And boom.
Yeah.
But these songs that are going to be on the EP, you've done years ago.
Years ago.
Did you not release them on purpose because you were with Columbia? You're like, I'm going to hold these off till they're my own.
I mean, okay, how do I talk about this? No, I mean, it's not even a bad situation. It was just that we had creative differences. I feel like the more executive people over there, like what they wanted me to be versus what I wanted to be, which is just like a through line story in this industry, is just like people really love to mold artists to be what they feel is sellable and marketable, which I don't blame them for, because evidently they're a business, you know. But I'm an artist, so I'm really emotionally attached to my shit, and you know, sensitive about my shit. So yeah, I think that I held on to music because I wasn't releasing music. They didn't feel the songs that needed to come out, so they weren't coming out. But now I have the freedom to just express myself and release whatever I want, because it's, you know, evident. Also, AWOL also has a say in everything, but the partnership is different because they trust my creative integrity, you know?
Well, does the emotional attachment to these songs grow because they've been sitting around for now years?
Right. I guess. I think just, I feel emotional attachment to all my songs because they come from an emotional place usually, but I don't feel like it grows or lessens, you know. It's just kind of a constant feeling for all the songs. They're like my babies, you know. They're like extensions of my psyche.
There is a theory that like if you can make a song and hold it for years and years and years and it still sounds great, all that time later, yeah, it could be a timeless classic record.
Yeah.
Are you hearing that in the records that you're sitting on?
They're classic to me.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It's literally been 3 to 4 years, right?
Yeah. It's been 4 years since.
Holy shit.
Maybe 5 now.
Damn.
I think this is the 5th year.
That's crazy.
Right? It's been a roller coaster.
And you're just going to get around to releasing them now.
A debut album, yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, that's later. But yeah, these songs are just going to come out now. Well, since 2018. 2019, I wrote these songs.
When did Prelude come out?
Prelude came out 2021, November.
Okay. Were those songs from this era too, or were those songs?
Yeah, they're all from the same era.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when are you making...
I could play y'all some stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Afterwards.
When are you starting to make new stuff?
That's next. Because I've been in the studio maybe 3 or 4 times since the pandemic hit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. Shit. I have not been in the studio because I've just been working on all of this other stuff, and also like there's a lot of space and time between contracts and moving around and stuff. Totally. That's kind of idle time because there's not really a lot you can do without the investment as far as like recording music goes. Well, personally for me, because I don't have like a studio set up. I don't really know how to produce by myself and stuff yet. So you need people, and when you need people, you need money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like the process has been a process. But when I come back from tour in South America is when I'm gonna intentionally get in like with the people I want to work with and be like, okay, we're working on an album, and we have like 3 months to work on this album.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
Will you do that independent still?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking to independence as long as is necessary. I feel like for me, independence is first of all about ownership. It's about making sure that I, as the creator of the intellectual property, am the owner of the intellectual property of the music that I make and create, and my legacy essentially, because I feel like our music is our legacy.
Oh, it's a pure attachment of who you are.
Exactly.
And in some cases, like an extension of your diary, and like
your
really
spirit
captures you in that moment.
Exactly. At least that's what art is to me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I choose to move through my artistry in this industry. So ownership is really important to me, and also creative freedom, being able to express myself however it is that it comes out of me and not have to pressure myself, excuse me, into meeting a specific image or version of myself that is quote unquote marketable. Even though, of course, that is a part of the process, you know, to be intelligent and to move intelligently in this industry. I always wanted to feel organic, and I always wanted to be genuine and from my own spirit, not because like a boardroom of white men like told me this is who I need to be in order to make them money, you know?
And obviously that comes from what you went through before, and also learning, and also knowing exactly who you are as an artist and what you want to portray out to the world, right?
Yeah. Us knowing myself, and also allowing myself the grace of the process of getting to know myself instead of needing to like fit myself into something, again, for someone else's bottom line in a certain amount of time. Like I'm just able to create from an organic space, and I'm also able to move from an organic space. Like what song do I want to put out that I feel people will connect with, you know?
Did you feel like you got to know yourself at all during your years in Fifth Harmony? Or was it just paused?
I think it was a mix of both, to be honest. Because in a lot of ways, I got to know parts of myself that I was asleep to. And that I feel like had to be triggered by those experiences in order for me to grow into the woman that I am today. And to like, as conscious as I am, as aware as I am, as patient as I am, as grounded. Like I had to learn and like how disconnected from my ego I am too. And like my ability to understand things from a larger perspective instead of just a narrow my perspective. I think that even though granted there's always ego involved in the creation of art, because you have to have some sort of ego in order to even think you're worthy of creating.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, like anybody gives a shit about what you're going through.
Exactly. There's some ego involved in that, but also the separation and detachment from the hoopla of it all, because there was a lot of hoopla going on and my spirit wasn't feeling that, you know, because I was numb. I was very numb during that time in my life. And so I appreciate the vibrancy of the colors around me in a way that I wouldn't have been able to.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really does break my heart, though, that you guys didn't get your share of the art. And I mean, can you correct me if I'm wrong? Like when those songs play, do you get any royalty? Is the answer no?
I mean, like, it's not gonna pay my rent.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the reality is those songs are making somebody a lot of fucking money.
I mean, of course, they're hit songs.
Oh yeah, and they're fucking
you know what?
everywhere.
The songwriters and you know the producers, they all make money off of it too, which is they gotta eat too. You know?
Yeah, of course.
You know, it is what it is. I'm not attached to making a fortune off of what we created, you know, because that's not what it was for me. It wasn't what it was while I was in it, and it's not what it is.
What was for you while you were in it?
When I was in it, it was the vehicle that God gave me.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't chosen by me. It wasn't something that I would have done independently. I would not have chosen to be in a girl group. I was actually praying against it during boot camp because I knew they were trying to create a girl group. I knew that was on the agenda. But my intuition told me, but I didn't want to be a part of it, genuinely. So,
but God had other plans?
But God had other plans and guess what? It worked out exactly the way it was supposed to, because that was the year that, I've said this before, but that's the year that Simon wanted like the female One Direction. And like, that was what he was invested in, you know, what you have to always look at, like, this is an industry. Like, people don't care about your dreams. Like, they don't care about, oh, this little girl loves to sing and like she wants to be like a star on her own one day. Like, they're like, oh wow, she would make a really good member of a group that would make me a lot of money.
But sometimes dreams do
but also
match economically. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah. And it also is the pathway, you know? I can't knock a pathway. Because I was from Miami, and like my parents had zero connections to the music industry. I didn't have like an uncle or something. I didn't have any family members in the industry. I wouldn't have had a foot in any kind of way besides the way that I went, you know? I would have had to go through all of the hustle and struggle of like moving out to Los Angeles by myself and trying to make a music career on my own, and hoping that I meet somebody somewhere that's going to get me into a room. You know what I'm saying? Like, that pathway is a lot more difficult because a lot of the music industry is nepotism, you know?
Oh my God,
It's people who have connections, whose parents are in the music industry, or in the acting industry or in the entertainment industry somehow.
And now it's the luck of the internet, which is even...
Well, yeah, back then when I was 16, that wasn't the case. But now, anybody can put their skills and talent out there, and, with a good enough strategy, you can make it, and good enough content and quality music, that's the point. But like I said, the pathway is really what matters, is that it was like going to college for the music industry without going to college.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that is true. And you learn the most.
Yeah.
You do grow, even though you maybe can't tell in the moment.
Right. And I'm a teenager in the moment,
Yeah.
What teenager knows that they're growing?
No, you don't. But and by the way, like I've been doing this show for some fucking reason for 16 years.
Chill.
Yeah, so it started when I was 14. So like all like my
dedication, honey.
Well, all my like formidable years, I've been spent in the middle of doing all of this at the same exact time, and you don't know, but and you're dealing with mostly adults, and you're dealing with crazy people and crazy fucking parents, and it's a whole sub universe that like nobody can really understand fully.
Nobody.
And you having to navigate that with some sort of respect and sanity, you definitely grow from it.
Yeah.
No matter how old you are.
It's true.
But you can't tell in the moment because you kind of just, at least for me, I was like very blinders on, just keep going.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop.
And then, you're also living. You're experiencing,
fuck yeah.
You can't really look at things in hindsight until you're in hindsight,
Yes. And like at the time, like you're young, like at least for me, like I had crazy adrenaline plus like this ridiculous blind naivete. Like I didn't give a fuck.
But that's what allowed your dreams to come true too.
Fuck yes. Totally.
So it's like you got to have grace for your younger self for being able to tap into that naivete as it was necessary for you to be as delusional as possible to achieve your dream,
Sis, yes. I made $12,000 a year for so many years doing this radio show for like the first 10 years. Like, it was crazy.
That's crazy. So
this is an EP that comes from your past. Is the name that you're releasing it under today the same that you had planned for it 5-6 years ago?
Well, I hadn't planned to release these songs as an EP, so I kind of just go with the flow of life, to be fair. Like I have these songs, and after Prelude I've dropped 2 songs, 1 song on my own, but like Pina also came out, and I think that I have these songs, I've been sitting on these songs, and these songs aren't going to be on the album, so it's called the EP's called In Between, because it's like the in between moments,
between eras. You grow in the in-between, though.
Yes.
How have you grown?
How have I grown? How have I not grown? I've grown in a lot of different ways. I think most prevalently in my energy is probably how much I'm genuinely falling in love with myself and moving with intention and integrity for me.
Oh.
Instead of just trying to like people please the entire world.
That's really special.
Yeah.
That's like, what do you attribute to that? How'd you get there?
Pain and people disappointing me, and realizing that as long as I was searching for my sense of worth externally, I was never going to be satisfied at all, no matter what happened to me in my life. So turning that in and understanding, and I have my days where I still feel imposter syndrome deeply, but most of my days now are spent understanding my power and harnessing that power and moving with integrity and just centered.
It's a really hard realization to come to, and kind of one that I'm honestly trying to avoid in my own life. Of you people please, and you bend over backwards, and you do whatever you can to make somebody happy, to make them comfortable, to add value to their existence.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, all you do is get fucked over.
Right.
And that is like hard. It is hard. It's emotionally taxing.
It is emotionally taxing. And also it's all lessons in discernment is what I've come to understand, is like, I always come back to this quote every time I talk about this concept, but from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, this quote that's like, you accept the love that you think you deserve. And evidently that's what we do. If your self-love meter is lacking, you're going to allow someone externally to mirror that to you. Because that's all it is. That's all connections are, is us mirroring each other and understanding ourselves further through each other and through connection with each other. And when you get into a romantic situation, it's usually the most triggering kind of situation, because it's when you're being your most vulnerable. It's when somebody's seeing you completely exposed in all sectors, because you're vulnerable. You're putting your heart on the line for somebody. You're connecting with someone intimately on a soul level. And when that happens, you're just kind of exposed. You're there for somebody to see, flaws and all, you know? And so when that's the case, you have no choice but to be truthful and honest with yourself. And then you get closer and closer to who you really are through experiencing.
Self-love, if I'm hearing you right, does partially come from somebody else.
I think it always comes, like, we are naturally interconnected. All of us. Everything that exists and lives and breathes, we're interconnected. When we come out of our mother, we need our mother's touch. We need our mother's guidance. We need our mother's milk. You know, like we need those things to survive. Our survival depends on these two people or person, whatever kind of situation, you know, you're born into. That in itself kind of decides how you're going to move through life, like whether or not you were taken care of properly, whether or not your needs were met. You know, it's all about survival. And we are an interconnected species. We need each other for survival. We need to talk with each other. We need to hold each other and cry things out. Like we need to feel together in order to heal genuinely. And what the truth of the matter is that we all live in this very isolated society where we were indoctrinated, especially here in America, we were indoctrinated with this individualism and this separateness. And we end up feeling so lonely because we are so alone in our silos of thought, and we don't realize that reaching out and connecting with someone is what can heal us, you know?
It's truth. And
that's why we seek out therapists.
Oh my God,
that's essentially buying a friend, you know?
It also fuels fear, right? Because it is scary to be vulnerable, but that's because we've been bred to be isolated, right?
And we've also been bred to be opportunistic. So a lot of the relationships that people get into these days are very transactional.
Yeah.
And they're not consensual agreements to grow together. And that's the only healthy relationship you'll ever be in with yourself or anyone else is an intentional, consensual agreement to grow together and to understand that you're not going to stay the same, and that you're both your own people who have your own needs and fears and wounds that are going to come up in front of each other, you know? But most of us are so used to discarding each other, getting away from something when it gets too hard. And that's not to say tolerating abuse, you know? Because we also live in a very abusive culture where we've normalized a lot of the ways that we treat each other, like ghosting or like, you know, these kinds of things where you're like, oh, I'm disinterested in this person, I'm swiping left. You know, we're so disposable to one another that we don't, a lot of us lack the integrity to even be in a relationship. And I say that as someone who was in that same cycle of just, I think I'm supposed to be in a relationship, or I love, so I'm going to keep love meant to me giving and pouring and externalizing, you know? And for some people, love means receiving and taking and in an insatiable kind of way where like nothing is ever enough. So if you get those two people meeting, you get these codependent relationships that are all around us, these transactional codependent relationships. And then it makes everything seem really grim, you know? It makes it seem like nobody cares about each other. It makes it seem like, you know, nobody wants real love, but actually everyone is striving for that genuinely, but are unable to find it because they don't see the ways that they need to tap in with themselves or pull up more or release things that are holding them back from receiving love, you know, or believing they're deserving of it even.
This is eye-opening to me because I do believe that I'm in love with somebody right now. I do not know.
Right. What makes you feel love?
I mean, a couple different things. I mean, what makes me feel love from them, or believe that I'm in love with them? Yeah,
when you say you're in love with them, like what comes up for you that would separate what you feel for them from what you feel for like a friend of yours?
No, I mean, first thing is like
Well, besides sexual attraction.
reprioritizing anything and everything, no matter what it is.
Okay.
Like if they need me right now in this conversation,
You're going to figure it out.
deuces.
That could be unhealthy.
I know. There's a reprioritization thing that like and maybe that's not good, but I don't know.
Codependency, baby.
Is it codependency?
Look it up. If you feel like you can't do your own shit without...
Oh, no, I do.
Yeah.
But if they need me right now,
Well, if they need you, they will understand. Sorry. If they need you and they love you, they will be able to understand when you're unavailable to them.
No, and they do. They do.
Then you're good.
But like there was an emergency one time and I was in the middle of a meeting, and to be honest, like if Dan was like, it's an emergency right now, I don't know if I'd like stop this meeting that I cared about to like go and call you. No offense.
I wouldn't call you in the first place.
But
So, like, we don't worry about that one.
They hit me with an emergency and I stopped everything and I was like, sorry, I got to take this. And like, I don't think I would do that for somebody else. There's a bunch of other stuff.
Just like deep care.
Oh, the most care. Yeah. And I
think that shit can affect your life negatively.
And I want the best for them.
It can and it can't. It just depends how the person receives it and uses it, you know?
That's the tea.
Because if they use it against you and they wield it as a power over you.
No, because I have
unhealthy.
Ooh, nice.
That could go viral on the TikTok.
There you go.
Use that as a sound.
Take it.
Is all of this what inspired the song Trust Issues?
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, are we talking about this song right here?
Yeah, Trust Issues is very much, it just encompasses, because in the chorus I say like, I've got trust issues and I know we all do, but I think I'm too wounded to dive in and that's not fair to you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking like this self-aware accountability of, hey, I'm going to stop myself because I know that I'm getting into this in an unhealthy state of mind, even though never actually really done that. I've had a moment of clarity before diving into something else. I'm a lover. I don't care.
How do you show love?
I'm like, what's my love language?
Yeah.
Kind of physical touch is my number one. I love cuddling and caressing your face and holding hands and cuddling. I love that shit. What else? How do I show love? I'm very affirming. Like, I love watching people be themselves. I love people for who they are. I don't love like random versions of masks that you put on. For me, I actually can see through masks very easily. So I'm turned off by people who wear a lot of masks. But yeah, I'm very affirming to who you are and what you love, and very supportive and like giving of my attention and time, quality time. I love intentionally spending time with people and getting to know people and just loving who they really are.
When's your birthday?
June 27th. Vacanza.
That's right. It's a good sign.
Yes, it is.
It's the day after one of my best friend's birthdays.
Really?
Yeah.
Cute.
How do you feel about your best friend?
She's my favorite. I fucking love her.
She's my best.
Would fucking die for her. Would murder somebody on her behalf.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of friendship I want in my life.
Me too. And to be honest, not all friends can be that, you know, but eventually they could, right? Like you got to give people the opportunity to prove themselves.
You never know.
And I do think there was moments in my life early on, like, I've been friends with that person for like, I don't know, like 13, 14 years. So like there's moments in my life early on where I was like more, and they were too, like more understanding, more forgiving. You just gave more margin for error and just tripping and figuring it out together. You know what I mean?
I think that those are the most beautiful.
Oh, fuck yeah.
To be fair, because
then you can ride through
we're
the
not
most
perfect, you know? Like you can't expect people to be perfect, especially when we're all unlearning very toxic realities. Yeah. You know, I feel like we're as a collective in a very deep awakening moment, as far as how we relate to one another and how we see ourselves. And so I feel like there has to be a certain level of grace for us as human beings, stumbling and learning and growing and shedding things that are obviously not true or harmful, you know?
And by the way, that's in any relationship.
Yeah.
And And I understand you very much. Like how I show love as well is very much deep understanding, deep communication, quality time, very ridiculously supportive.
Honesty.
Yeah. Oh my God. Brutally honest.
Honesty is number one, bro. Like, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Because first of all, I'll always find out the truth. It's really kind of scary how God does that every time. And second of all, it just shatters trust. And without trust, there is no foundation.
True.
You know? And granted, does that mean that we can't make mistakes and prove ourselves to each other? No. You know, mistakes are possible. And actually, I feel like trust builds a lot when a mistake is made, but is honestly held accountable.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know? Like, that's the thing is like, if you make a mistake and then you're gaslighting your partner and you're trying to make yourself feel better by reducing what the impact of what you've done, you know, even if maybe it isn't that important to you, this is something I've learned too. Like just holding that space to be honestly accountable and be like, you know what, I hear you and this is how I can love you better. And so I'm going to move differently so that you feel safe here, because that's what matters to me is your emotional safety.
And by the way, making those concessions show love too.
Absolutely. That's what builds love. Fuck because like again, none of us are going to be perfect off bat. You need to communicate your needs too. Like that, I used to be like, because I'm so intuitive, I assumed other people should be as intuitive as I am, you know? And so I've lost out on a lot of just receiving of love because it wasn't the right way to show it to me, you know? But I also wouldn't say what I really wanted or what I really needed because I was scared to upset somebody, or it was in that people pleasing bag, you know? Where it's like, oh, I don't want you to feel like you're doing something wrong, but this isn't what I need from you. You know, this isn't how I feel loved. This might be how you show love, but it's not how I feel loved.
Are you in love now?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that. You went Instagram official.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram official.
What does it feel like to do that? I've never done that ever in my life. Probably never will.
To make something Instagram official?
Yes.
I mean, I kind of did it very whimsically. I didn't even tell her I was going to post it. I was just like, damn, it's Valentine's Day. I'm seeing all these people post their babies. I was like, this is my baby. Like, I'm in love and I don't care.
How long have you been together? How long have you been together?
We went together like a year.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the right time to go Instagram.
I think so too. It's like, we've gotten to know each other so much and we have grown through so much. And I don't know. I feel, obviously the layer of fame is like a whole thing, you know? But it's so beyond that. I think the reason I keep my private life private for the most part is because people are so invasive and projecting. Like people love, especially like people who say they're fans. Obviously not all of them. Like the majority of my fans are super happy for me. They love to see me happy. Like that's where their MO is. But then there's those other people who just are so attached to you that they feel they have ownership over you, and then they just like trash someone you love and like try to make their lives miserable or make up things about them, or like, you know what I'm saying? Which is totally. Just, that part is so weird to me. So I try to just keep what makes me happy away from people who want to project unhappiness onto it, you know?
That's the healthy
thing. But like
I
said, Valentine's Day came, I saw these cute pictures. I was like, you know what? Me and my baby are cute.
How'd you guys meet?
I'm gonna post it. She was my backup dancer for the Prelude situation. Yep.
I like this.
And we literally, the first day we met, it was like just very intimate dancing that we were doing, because it was for Don't Want to Say, which is a very sexual, sensual song. And I was doing like the dance was centered on the fluidity of my sexuality. And
wow,
she was
what the fuck?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. What the fuck?
Damn.
And so the first day we were just like doing very sensual moves with each other.
Get
and
that
like
out of the way real quick.
Figuring out the thing. Yeah. And the chemistry was just crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this? I feel so attracted to you. And then it was like super low key. We both had like a crush on each other, but didn't say nothing about it for a minute.
Because you're her boss.
Exactly. So she was being respectful. I didn't want her to be respectful.
Just respect me.
Yeah, or like, you know, because I like when people make the first move, but I also understood the power dynamics of it. So I understood why she didn't do that.
I get it.
But I did.
Has that affected you guys? You did?
I did.
You made the first move?
I did.
It's like you had to.
I had to, because she wasn't going to do it. And I was like, fine. I'll do it. Wow. It was so worth it.
God, I'm jealous. I'm nervous to make the first move. Never will.
I just kind of got to a point where I was like, the butterflies that I feel in my stomach anytime that you're around me.
You got to do it.
I got to do something about it to release it, because what am I going to do? Sit on these feelings? Like, no, I can't do that. I have to say something, because I can't even continue a friendship without vocalizing how I feel. You know?
And you don't even really know if the feelings are necessarily valid until you make that first move.
Exactly. Because that's another thing about this whole queer experience, right? As when I'm in my straight bag, like straight bag, I'm not even confused. Like, I can tell when a man is attracted to me. I can tell when he wants to fuck me. Like,
but queer stuff, you
when it comes to a
the
woman,
real shit you don't know,
or a non-binary, whatever human being is across from me that is not just a hetero man, like, I just get so nervous and so like. I'm just like, oh no, there's no way she really likes me. Like, it's just me. It's just in my head. I'm just being crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like gaslight myself into missing every single sign that this person is into me. And then I'm just like, oh, fuck. I don't know if this is mutual. So I didn't know if it was mutual. And I was telling myself it wasn't mutual. I was like, girl, you're reading way too much into this. The eye contact is normal. It's fine. But every time we would make eye contact, we both had to just like for a second, because it's like, oh my God, this is so like potent, you know? But I thought it was one-sided, but it wasn't.
How'd you like muster up the confidence?
I invited her to come over for like to hang out with me, and we made dinner together and stuff. And it was a date in my head, but she didn't know it was a date. She thought we were hanging out just casually. So she ended up leaving hella early. And I was like, bitch, I wore a bra. Like, what? I never wear bras. She left like really early, and I was like, Jesus. But when she left, I was like, I couldn't breathe. Like, the tension was so intense for me. So I like sat down on my couch and like breathed it out for a few minutes. I was like literally minutes, like 5 minutes of deep breathing, like to calm my energy down. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to text her. I'm just going to tell her I like her. So I sent her this like really long little cute ass message. And she was like, what?
Damn.
And then, yeah.
And the rest is history.
The rest is literally history. Because actually that happened right before I left back to Miami. So we were here in LA, and it was right before I left back to Miami, because I was living in Miami at the time. So I had like 3 months still of my lease in Miami. So it was like the day before I left was when I texted her and was like, this is how I feel. And she was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I feel the same way. I was like, what? So yeah, we had 3 months in between.
And now what's the situation?
Now we see each other when we can.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We're both very busy people, but when we take our time and are intentional with each other when we can be.
Special.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to get back into the studio to write music about the love that you're experiencing today?
Yeah. I mean, I draw from a lot of different things when I'm writing, but I've written poems, and this bitch has so much coming out of me. Yeah. The art is definitely out here. I'm very inspired.
Do any of the songs on this EP take on new meaning today than when you wrote them originally?
Yes, always. Always. The songs always enter my life in new moments. Like, always.
By the way, you can listen to that EP and all of Lauren Jauregui's music on Amazon Music. We're going to put a link in the description below.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Is
Click
it hard? Oh, what are you going to say?
I just like click it.
Oh, click it.
Telling them to
Click it.
click the link.
Tap it.
What's it like releasing a breakup song like 3 years after your breakup? It was like always about you and Ty splitting, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And yeah, that's like it was long afterwards.
It was long afterwards. It was so interesting, actually, because the song is still very relevant throughout. Like I said, it transcended the relationship, because I had been in relationships since Ty as well, where the feeling was still very much that song, you know, where I like, if I've ever loved you, I still love you. That's just who I am. Like, if I've ever given you love, that was yours to have, and I meant it, you know? and it's with you forever. Like you'll always have that piece of me, I'll always have that piece of you. So that song I feel like transcended the relationship for in a lot of ways, and it also reignited a friendship between us. So
sick.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, he's a really cool human.
I've only met him once with you. You introduced me.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is that like the hope in a lot of relationships that like once you guys break up, there could be a friendship at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, I don't think it's possible always.
Totally.
You know, because of different levels of intimacy, different ways that people move after the fact, you know? Like, it's just important to know, to have boundaries and to be, you know, clear about what y'all are. But yeah, I think ideally, if I ever loved you, I would like to, like, we're friends, like we're good, we're cool, like we don't have beef with each other and like hate each other secretly or like talk shit about each other. Like I don't like that.
And sometimes that takes time.
Yeah, it does take time. It also takes a hell of a lot of maturity.
Yes,
it takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of disassembling of ego, you know, to understand like, okay, maybe this person hurt me at the time. But also, how have I grown since, and where was it that I was not my best version of self? That we were just trying to like love each other through wounds, you know?
Truth.
But the intention was always love.
Love each other through wounds. Oh my God. Yes. I just let my ex back into my life.
Ew.
Today. This one
Today?
kid. Yeah, literally.
Literally today?
Literally today.
Well, let them back in what kind of
I mean, they've been like hitting me up and I decided to just hit them back.
Ooh, but that sounds spicy.
I don't know. The reason it ended was
spicy.
They were looking for a green card the last time, so I was like,
oh, hell no.
oh, okay. I don't know what they're looking for this time.
I don't know, buddy.
That happens to you often.
Stop that.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm sad. Sad looking for love. I have a little bit of a disposable income, you know what I mean? So they, you know.
Come on, guys. Go get them.
No.
What y'all waiting for?
I have no more teats left to suck on. I'm like, I'm out. I'm
I
fresh.
thought you didn't do that.
No, you're right, T. Yeah, T. What are you thinking, Daniel? You have all the songs over there. We just got the track list in here, which, by the way, you should listen to the EP. We're going to put In Between. That's what it's called. There's going to be a link in the description below. All of Lauren's music is on Amazon Music, so go.
Well, we got The One. We got All in My Feelings. We got Oceans. Look at me just reading down the list
so
here.
So you have a song about somebody being the one and a breakup song all in the same body of work.
Yes.
How close together were those songs written?
The One was written. Well, you got to hear the context of The One.
Break it down for me.
Because The One is about.
I would assume it's about the one.
No, it's about the one who claims that they're the one.
Oh.
Or the one claiming that I'm the one.
Ah.
Right? So you're saying that I'm the one. Well, okay, show me that you love me. And I don't need your money. Like, don't come at me with material shit. I need, that's not the way that you can keep me.
Did you tell them that in the moment?
That's specifically, yes.
You did?
I mean, yes, in different ways. I'm not a materialistic person. You can't buy my love.
When somebody said that you're the one for them, do you have a moment where you think to yourself, maybe I could be? Of
course. I think if you're with someone and someone's like, you're my person, you're like, okay, yeah, you're my person. We're together, you know? But I also always have an intuition about like, maybe. We'll see. You know?
That's like in the back of your mind.
Yeah, because I also like, I'm young, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be, I'm your only one forever and ever, amen. Like, I'm a little more realistic than that. You know, especially when I'm young, like young, like 20, 21.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Baby.
Different world.
I was a baby. I wasn't trying to be a wifey.
Are you now?
I don't know.
For the right person?
For the right person, maybe. I don't know. I'm still young. I'm still feeling out things. I need to be in long-term relationship before I even remotely consider marriage.
I get that.
I also am indifferent to marriage as a whole.
Yeah, do you really need it?
No. I personally don't think I need it. I think the concept of having a fun party, like where we dress up real cute, I like that. And like the union under, the union under God, or like a spiritual binding of us, I think is really beautiful too. But the whole like government involvement. Nah.
Yeah, fuck that. It's good for your taxes though.
Is it though when you're gay?
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I'd rather just acquire dependents. Like really, like give me fucking random stragglers.
Just give me dependents.
Yeah, give me fucking sugar babies.
I'll take care of you, mama.
No, literally, like you have no idea the conversations I have with my business manager.
Taxes are so crazy. I think we should stop paying them.
She's freaking out. It's so fucked. No, it's like I agree with. Well, I don't think we should stop paying taxes. I think there should be more transparency as to where our money goes.
I think they're very transparent about where our money goes.
Well, the
really
military,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the military,
it's literally to
line white
into
fat men's pockets.
Killing people.
Totally. Yes.
Funding genocide.
East Palestine, Ohio, right now. Everything going on there, very tragic.
So much stuff going on.
But please listen to In Between. That is the EP.
Right, that's the point. Please listen to the music.
Link in the description below. Final thought?
Yeah, you know what? You know what went viral a couple months ago, or I guess a year ago, was when we were talking about the Amy Winehouse documentary.
I know.
And they did that casting, and it wasn't your name. I was like,
it wasn't me.
Wasn't.
Did you at least get seen for it?
No.
What the fuck? No. Also, maybe blessing in disguise. That girl's getting torn apart right now.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you know what? God be protecting me. Like I don't need to be involved. I also don't think it's.
There were phone calls.
Oh, cool. Oh. There were phone calls.
I think at the same time as you.
Yeah, there were phone calls, but I'm not British is the first thing. They wanted someone like authentically
Oh, you can
British.
put on an accent.
Of course.
That's fucking offensive. I'm so sorry.
I could. And if I sat long enough with somebody, like if I sat and listened to her, like I'm really good at mimicking things. So I could do that. But I feel like everything has to be tasteful too, you know? And the way things move are the way things are meant to move always. So if I'm being, I asked God, I was like, if it's meant for me, bring it to me. If it's not,
no, whatever.
Then it's not for me. So
that's the right way to be.
Yeah, that's how I look at things now. A lot less disappointment.
No expectations?
Yeah, no expectations.
Healthy.
You feel me?
Oh, fuck yeah. Right listen to In Between. Link in the description below. Listen to all Lauren's music too on Amazon Music. I really appreciate you.
Of course.
Thanks for being here, Lauren.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Lauren Jauregui, everybody.